From the time we're children, we're taught that a secure job and a lifetime of hard work are the only certain paths to wealth. But for many, that traditional path quickly begins to resemble a very fast hamster wheel. The problem is that as paychecks grow, lifestyle costs tend to rise at the exact same pace. People buy more stuff to match their new salary, and they find themselves trapped in a stagnant loop called the rat race. Two primary emotions keep the cycle locked in place. There is the constant fear of falling behind on bills, which drives you to work, followed by the greed or excitement for that next paycheck, which drives you to spend. Breaking this loop requires a different way of looking at how money is generated. To see that new perspective in action, we have to look at the story of a village and two men named Ed and Bill. The village elders needed a daily water supply and awarded a delivery contract to both Ed and Bill. They figured a little competition would ensure the water actually arrived. Ed went to work immediately. He bought 2 galvanized steel buckets and began running back and forth to the lake a mile away. He was making money from his very first trip, and he was happy to have the work. This is the definition of ordinary earned income. It is a direct one-to-one trade, where every dollar Ed earns is tied to a specific unit of his time and physical labor. But Ed's revenue is capped by his own physical stamina. He can only carry so many buckets in a day, and the moment he stops moving, whether because of exhaustion or illness, his income drops to zero. Ed's exhaustion highlights the danger of relying on earned income alone. It demands continuous, grueling sacrifice and places a definitive ceiling on how much a person can ever grow their wealth. While Ed was hauling buckets, Bill disappeared for months. He wasn't competing for the immediate daily payouts, and to the rest of the village, it looked like he had simply given up. Bill was actually using that time to write a business plan and secure capital from investors. He was studying the mechanics of a system that would solve the water problem permanently. Bill was prioritizing his financial education. He treated the water shortage as an engineering problem to be solved with a system, rather than a physical task to be completed with muscle. This behind-the-scenes preparation is a hallmark of the wealthy. They spend time sharpening their minds and assembling resources long before they try to generate their first dollar of income. 6 months later, Bill returned with a construction crew. Within a year, they had finished building a high-volume stainless steel pipeline that connected the lake directly to the village. During the grand opening, clean water began rushing out 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Bill was now providing a better product at a lower price, and he was making money even while he slept. Bill had successfully built an asset. In financial terms, an asset is any system or investment that consistently puts money into your pocket without requiring your physical presence to operate. This system generates what Robert Kiyosaki calls passive and portfolio income. These streams scale exponentially because they aren't limited by human hours. Furthermore, as Kiyosaki notes in his research, the tax code is often structured to favor these types of investments over the ordinary earned income Ed receives for his sweat. Ed tried to compete by working longer hours and even hiring his sons to haul buckets at night, but he couldn't beat a system that never gets tired. If we look at the most successful people in history, like a young Bill Gates, we see that their wealth came from portfolio and passive income. They built systems that worked for them. Human labor can never outwork a well-constructed system. Building or acquiring assets is the only reliable way to achieve exponential wealth. Bill eventually expanded his pipeline system to villages all over the world, while Ed was left exhausted and struggling with the heavy physical toll of a lifetime spent hauling buckets. This story forces a look at your own financial reality. Are you spending your days hauling buckets? Or are you focused on building a pipeline? Many people in the middle class take their hard-earned money and immediately buy liabilities, things like expensive cars or large houses that take money out of their pockets every month. The wealthy use a different strategy. They funnel their income into their asset column first. They wait for those assets to generate enough cash flow to pay for their expenses and their luxuries. It is a choice that can be made at any point. You can decide to stop acting like Ed and start thinking like Bill. Stop trading your limited time for money. Invest in your financial education today.
Like and subscribe for more insightful narrative.